Yo, what is up, man? It's your boy, Damn D, and I'm here to give y'all the live news. Now, like I said on my other video, make sure if y'all new to the channel, y'all hit that subscribe button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, all right? So, let me catch y'all up, right? So, 2 hours ago, you see it right here. I just posted this video, and I called it, The House Negro Stephen A. Smith got exposed by his ESPN co-worker, Mark Jones, right? And in that video, if y'all haven't watched it, just to sum it up, Mark Jones had liked a video that was on Twitter, and the video was a whole bunch of raccoons dancing, which was a reply to Stephen A. Smith agreeing with Jerry Jones, right? Saying that Stephen A. Smith is a coon, right? And Stephen A. Smith co-worker respond to that. So it seems like Stephen A. Smith is going to respond to not only his coworker, but to everybody else that is calling him a sellout, that is calling him a coon. And what I'm going to do, because I feel like Stephen A. Smith is going to be very dramatic. And you know how when Stephen A. Smith always wants to promote his podcast or something like that, he always talks in his WWF wrestling voice. Yeah, I see that you have a lot to say, brother. Well, guess what? I have a podcast myself. And after I get done working for this massa, I'm going to go to my podcast, brother. What you going to do when the Stephen A. Smith come for you? And on my podcast at 9 o'clock Central, at 10 o'clock Eastern, at 5 o'clock, blah, 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 I'm going to give you the wrath. I'm going to give it to you, brother. So this is his response to everybody calling him a coon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some scary music because I feel like he's going to be very dramatic with this. So let's play some scary music. And let's listen to Stephen A. Smith. Y'all tell me how y'all like this.
One can only be called a sellout and a coon and all of this other stuff, but so much before you feel compelled to respond.
Uh-oh.
Particularly when you're a black man. Ooh. I love when people try to define blackness and act like they've got, they got ownership papers on it. You get to define and decide who's black and who's not and all of this other stuff.
Okay.
Contrary to what folks may want to think, I've never been that dude. Yeah, I might talk about your game. I might talk about an act that you committed. But what I never do is engage in character assassination and believe that I have a license to use whatever moment I want to use to define who you actually are. I don't do that.
You don't remember all the stuff you said about Kyrie? Yeah, when you try to defame his character and literally try to take money out of his pocket. You don't remember what you said about Andrew Wiggins? Stephen A. Smith, maybe we should pull up some footage about you attacking people's character. Not their basketball game, but their character as a man. But I'll let you finish.
Now, I made news earlier last week, and certainly people didn't accord me that luxury. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, is somebody I purportedly came to the defense of. I didn't view it that way, but if y'all want to label it that way, so be it. I'm very, very fond of Jerry Jones, and I'm not hiding that from anybody because he doesn't deserve what just happened. Jerry Jones is 80 years old. There was a report, an article in the Washington Post where they were talking about Jerry Jones and how much he could do because of his cachet, his influence, his power. In the #1 sports league, Jerry Jones has this influence. Such profound influence that he could influence racial tendencies in a positive way. And my position was, wait a minute, you gonna pull up a picture of a 14-year-old kid and use that? When the picture was a still picture of him standing in the crowd and looking. That's the reason that we want to sit up there and assume anything about Jerry Jones? I'm not that guy. Is it plausible to believe that he was one of the people trying to prevent the school from being desegregated? Sure, but do we know? We do not. Did we see him throw at anybody? Did we see him spit at anybody? Did we see him commit any kind of vile act? No. That is not what we saw. And because I had the temerity and the unmitigated gall to point that out, I'm a sellout.
Yes.
That is exactly the problem with our community.
Oh, tell us what's
Talking
wrong.
to black people. White people, you want to turn podcasts on? Go ahead and do that. I'm talking to black people.
Okay.
You can listen if you want to, but I'm talking to black people.
Okay.
When are we going to learn? When are we going to wake up and stop doing this to each other?
When are you
There's plenty of black folks.
When are you going to learn? When are you going to learn to stop doing this to each other? Literally, take your own advice. Stephen A. Smith, when you gonna give the other people the same energy that you give us? Look how bad that you dog us. But when somebody else do it, that's a different race. You may go at them, but you don't harp at them. Bruh, you talk like Kyrie committed 10 murders. Like, he done killed 10 people. The way that you talk about Kyrie Irving, man, is beyond me. But we'll let you finish.
That I've disagreed with throughout the years. I've disagreed with athletes. I've disagreed with coaches. I've disagreed with owners. I've disagreed with colleagues. I've disagreed with my family.
with my family. Boy, you are so dramatic. I even disagreed with my family.
Sisters and brothers.
So has everybody. Well, you know, everybody has disagreement with their families. I don't think there's one person on this earth that has agreed 100% with their. I think we all have done that, so that's nothing special.
I've disagreed with my mama.
So have I. And I'm sure 99.9% of the people that's watching their video have disagreed with their mother, their father, their brother. What's your point? We all disagree. What's your point?
God rest her soul. I'll be damned if I didn't disagree with my father. God rest his soul all the time. And so what?
Okay.
So what?
All right.
I'm turning around and I'm seeing people running their mouth talking about me. You know my resume? I'm looking at my executive producer, Rashawn Madonna. I'm sorry, my brother. I got to toot my own horn for a second. I apologize. I got to do this. You watch First Take. How many black people you see on First Take? How you think they got there? I got let go of by ESPN in 2009. Prior to that, ask them who was in the room screaming about diversity. Look at the numbers as it pertains to diversity from that year to now. Ask them what role I played in it. Why don't you harken back to the Philadelphia Inquirer? I'll give you their names. Editor of the paper, Robert Rosenthal. Deputy editor of the paper, Butch Ward. Philip Dixon. Former dean at Howard, who was an executive at the Philadelphia Inquirer. Rob King, who was a deputy sports editor at the Philadelphia Inquirer before he's at ESPN. Ask them what Stephen A's been doing. Mm-hmm. We're the only group of people. I don't hear white people saying, you ain't white no more. I don't hear Latinos saying, you ain't Latino no more. And for the record, I ain't.
Do you see other white broadcasters really harp on their own? They may talk about it, but then they let it go. But the way that you harp on your own is our issue. That's the problem, Stephen A. Smith. I don't see how you do. Well, maybe that's the problem. You don't see it from the outside looking in, right? You may do things for your colleagues and people that get in position, but you still talk down on a lot of brothers, and a lot of brothers feel this way, especially the people that you talk about.
I ain't just some damn black man. I'm a brother. I love black people. I love the way.
I'm a brother. Brother, what you gonna do when a Stephen A. Smith is on you, brother? I'm not only black, I'm brown. I'm not only brown, I'm brown sugar. Not only am I brown sugar, I'm organic. Not only am I organic, I'm made from the soil of the surface of the cream pie. Brother.
The way we look, I love the way we walk, I love the way we talk, I love the way we smell, I love the way we act. Even when we mess up, we stink, ain't nothing that can't be resolved by a shower. We mess up, we overcome. Didn't I say we? I ain't say y'all. I said we. I said us. Because I'm down for us. But it's
sir, we hear you talking, but we see your actions. We hear you talking, but we see your actions. I'm down with us.
Stupidness that I ain't gonna tolerate. We do it to each other.
So there you guys have it. I'm gonna leave.
All right, so there we go right there. That's just part one. And we got many more parts of Stephen A. Smith defending his blackness and saying that he's not a coon and he's not a sellout. I don't know, Stephen A. Smith. I'm not going to be one of these people and act like I never liked you. I did used to like you. But I just seen that you have changed over the years. I used to watch First Take all the time, all the time, especially when you and Skip was on. Everybody was watching ESPN at that point in time. Over the years, when you gained more power in ESPN, we can definitely see the difference. We can see the difference from the early Stephen A. Smith and the current Stephen A. Smith. And when you gain that power, it's a lot of politics that's involved. You're not as free as you was when you were, you know, just a little worker. But as the more power you gain, you are held to a little bit more different responsibility, especially if you're the face of ESPN. And all we saying is we can tell that you're the face of ESPN because you move a little different sometimes. Seems like you're very hard on us and you take it easy on them. All I'm saying is keep the same energy with everybody. Stephen A., if you was as hard on everybody as you are with us, I don't think people would be saying it. You'd be saying, you know what? He just like that. But it just seems like certain individuals just, yeah, man. This whole Kyrie thing, even before he got suspended, the whole COVID thing, I mean, you wouldn't stop talking about Kyrie during that COVID. He wasn't even playing. Stephen A. Smith, they could have a topic about the Lakers, and Stephen A. Smith would talk about Kyrie Irving. He would just slither his way in just to talk about Kyrie in some type of form or fashion. And that's what we don't like. But anyway, y'all leave a comment down below and y'all let me know how y'all feel about Stephen A. Smith responding to other people calling him a sellout. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Y'all new to the channel, y'all hit that subscribe button. I'm out.